Well, thanks for tuning in to see this video. We're doing the 21st Christmas update this evening. We're going to have a look at the GFS charts. They're still a long way out. It's still a long way from Christmas. This first chart for Christmas Eve is 264 hours away. It's getting closer now, but it's still a while away. So don't take it too seriously. Again, we're just really using the model for the trend as opposed to the exact detail. But we will be having a look at some of the detail on these charts in a moment because they are quite interesting. Now, before I get on with the video, just about the advertising, there's video ads on my page at GazWebVids.com. If you hit play on the video ad, you'll be supporting GazWebVids.com. And thanks very much for doing that. Gaz Shop is open, so if you want to do any Christmas shopping at Amazon between now and Christmas, just click through the Amazon banners in Gaz Shop. It'll take you directly through to Amazon. You'll be able to do Christmas shopping there as normal. At the same time, GazWebVids will get a royalty fee on anything that you purchase. Thanks so much for doing these things for the website, for getting involved with the website. It does make a big difference. So, it's a GFS model that we're using tonight. As I say, the charts are a long way out still. But let's have a look at what they're showing, because quite interesting. The first chart we're starting with is for Christmas Eve. I say it's 264 hours away. A very unsettled looking Christmas Eve chart. A deep area of low pressure to the north of Scotland at 940 millibars. Really tightly packed ice bars, so it's gale force winds blasting across the country. And there's no cold air wrapped around this area of low pressure as well. It is really quite a cold low pressure, despite the fact the winds off the Atlantic. If you have a look at the upper air temperatures, you can see we are bringing some quite cold air into that low pressure, so at the very least it'll feel cold with that strong wind. It'll feel quite sort of seasonable. Got heavy rain sweeping across the country associated with that low pressure, and then there'll be heavy showers following behind. In that cold air, those showers will turn wintry up in the north. Temperatures, well, quite cold in the north, just 2, 3, 4 degrees. In the south, still quite mild, but of course we're sweeping that rain away. Now, as we move through into Christmas Day itself, well, still very unsettled chart, 945 millibar area of low pressure to the north of Scotland. And again, we're bringing in this very strong and cold west to northwesterly wind. It is broadly a westerly wind, but there's very cold air coming in with this. Or very cold in terms of it being an Atlantic flow. Anyway, Maurice is that America and Canada are really going to be locked into the freezer if these models are right. As that severely cold air comes out of America and Canada, it comes across the Atlantic. It's modified by the Atlantic, yes, but still pretty cold air really coming through the Atlantic into the British Isles. So there's the -5 ice firm there, covering many parts of the country on Christmas Day. And there's the 528 line there, covering or leaving many parts of the country, actually within the 528 line. That is proper cold, wintry sort of air. And the dew points for Christmas days, they're below freezing for many parts of the country. So on the basis of this, and I have to emphasise it's 288 hours away, it's in the low resolution part of the GFS model, but on the basis of that, many of these showers that it's bringing through for Christmas Day on that west to northwesterly wind would be wintry. There would be wintry showers, particularly for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, but almost anywhere could get a few flakes of sort of sleety weather in that west to northwesterly wind. And temperatures are cold, despite the fact it's a westerly wind. The temperatures are well below average at just 2, 3 or 4 degrees. As we move through to Boxing Day, very little change really. The low pressure is still there to north of Scotland, still bringing in these west to northwesterly winds across the country and still feeding in that cold air out of the Atlantic. So again, the suggestion is that the -5 ice firm, the upper air temperatures showing that -5 ice firm is covering many parts of the country, as is the 528 line. So both of those pointing towards it being a cold, or quite a cold Christmas, to be honest. But dew points, but below freezing dew points are being restricted to the north. That's because another little system is running through across the south. So we've got outbreaks of rain running across the south, and there's still probably snow showers going on for Scotland and Northern Ireland. Temperatures are cold, just 2 to 5 degrees. So that's a very unusual Christmas because it's very westerly, very unsettled, sort of westerly winds, but it's a cold wind, a very cold wind coming across the Atlantic, and it would be enough, certainly for the north, that would be enough to produce some wintry weather over Christmas. Don't go running away with the idea it'd be blizzards and snow all the way. It wouldn't be like that because it'd be more sort of showery conditions, but certainly wintry showers at the very least would be likely for many parts of the country on the basis of those charts. Now, the caveat is that it's a long way off. It's in the low resolution section of the model, so as this gets closer, what will probably happen is those colder upper air temperatures and the cold dew points will probably be restricted further and further and further north. So by the time you actually get to Christmas itself, it may be that it's not particularly cold anywhere south of northern Scotland. But nevertheless, very interesting chart. It just goes to show the potential when you get really severe cold across Canada and North America. That can spill out into the Atlantic, and the winds can bring it, albeit modified, into Europe. And even in the westerly, it still can be pretty cold sometimes. Unusual situation, but it can happen. That's it for now. I'll do it again on Sunday night. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting. Bye for now.